good, YouTube? We are back here for episode number 8 of the Oklahoma City Thunder rebuilding series. And as per usual, just shouts out to everybody supporting this series. I really do appreciate it. And you guys have been showing so much love on it. In today's episode, we're going to be going through and scouting for the 2022 offseason, which means the draft, free agency, and just some of the decisions we actually want to make heading into this next season. And look at that, man. We're in a really good position because normally I would be scouting and the next episode would end up being like the offseason, but the next episode, from what it looks like, it might just be the playoffs. So if you guys do want to see episode number 9, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get 210 plus likes for the next episode, and it will be the 2022 NBA playoffs because currently we are the 6th seed. Alright guys, so let's get straight into this episode. Obviously our boy Shai is back from his knee tendonitis. He's healed up pretty good, and his right knee is kind of concern for us. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely is of some concern for us, but hey, we're gonna be figuring it out. And so far Shai's been doing good. He's been developing well. He's an 87 overall. He's been getting better, and I mean the entire team for the most part is kind of healthy. I know Theo is a little bit hurt. Ludor is just pissed at us, but hey, I did ask you guys what you guys thought we should be doing with him in last episode. You guys said hold on to him, so we're gonna hold on to him and try to work on his jump shot, get him better, but he has to earn the minutes. I mean, we put Jello in, and his shooting helps this team out tremendously. Now he's gotten better at defense. He used to have like a F defense or something like that. It looks like he's gotten a little bit better at it as far as the interior goes, but hey man, we got a lot of stuff to do in today's episode, so let's get straight into it. And let's also update it because we are at the end of this season. We have like 3.5 weeks left, and then it's next episode, man. But anyways guys, as far as to catch up with the league, right now Luka's about to be the MVP, putting up a triple-double, but I truly think that this year's MVP should be either Ja Morant or Kyrie Irving. And the main reason for that is because if you look at the standings right now, Luka's doing all of that. Homie is a 4 seed. He's a 4 seed while Grizzlies have 55 wins and the Nets are in 2nd place in the East. But that's just my take on that entire situation. As far as some of the other awards, we got our boy Jalen Green at the top of the race for Rookie of the Year. Behind him is Mobley and Cade. It looks like Lauri Markkanen might be taking home 6th Man of the Year. Jonathan Issac for DPOY, and there's a boy Drummond. Most improved is of course going to Ja Morant. But regardless guys, we're looking really good out here. Currently the 6th best team in the conference, and we gotta hold on to it, man. It's so close. It's so close. We're sitting at 6, 7, 8, 9. We can fall out of this race at any time, so we gotta just keep our foot on the gas. But so far this team has been doing really good, and we've honestly been beating all of the odds. These are our current stats. Everyone is playing their roles very well. I think that we definitely made a lot of good additions to this team, but let's get into the scouting and what I think the future of this team is. Obviously I really like us having Jalen Green and Shai as our backcourt. I'm not changing this. I really like this, and I'm not changing this at all. It's worked really well in this first season. They both aren't the best passers, but I do feel like as these guys progress, they'll just become unstoppable. Next season, I do want to get a veteran backup point guard here because I mean, even though I do like Deshaun Nix, I might just keep him. Having that veteran guard is always going to help us. So we got to consider that. Theo, we got him as well. Diallo might just be walking. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But I really want to build this team around Shai and Jalen. So whoever we do bring in, whether it's through the draft or whether it's through free agency, I want guys who can play their role and do something specific for us. I don't need guys that are superstar players like going after Paul George or going after Kawhi or just going after somebody who's going to take away from these guys right here. So these guys are my main focus. Obviously at small forward, we have Greg Brown, we have Ludo, we have Jello. You guys want me to develop all of them, which is going to be very hard. I might just have a scenario where one of these guys plays backup shooting guard, if I'm being honest, because I'm not even sure if Greg Brown is going to be there for us at small forward. It really just depends on how things go. Obviously, we have so many draft picks that I don't want to, draft picks don't equal success, and getting all these rookies every single year could actually hold us back. So we'll see what options we actually have. Hopefully these guys are on the team next year. Trevor Reeves is retiring, so he won't be there. Power forward, obviously, we have Darius Bazley, Pokusevski. I like both of these guys again. Darius is really good. Pokusevski is also really good. We got to figure this out, but we are so deep, and all these factors are kind of the problem of having so many draft picks and so many young players. You get to a point to where you have so many talented guys at each position Yeah, you gotta start making choices. And then obviously at center, Drummond, expiring contract. Al Horford, we gotta figure him out. Because realistically, nobody's trading for Al Horford. If we have a chance at getting a superstar player, I might have to trade him and include draft picks. Because no one in their right mind would take this man's contract. So yeah, those are some of our problems. I do want to bring back Drummond because I feel like Drummond played his role here really, really well. And he's one of the best rebounders in the entire league. So unless we're getting somebody like Joel Embiid, I don't think it really fits us. But there is this guy. Let's get into the NBA draft. Then we'll talk about some of my free agent pieces that I am actually considering making. Because no matter how far this team gets, I don't think that we're winning a title. We might actually get dropped off in round 1 if we're being honest. The 2022 draft is pretty good. I mean, there's Emoni Bates, there's Chet Holmgren, there's Victor Wembanyama. Probably said his name wrong. There's Jaden Hardy. There's a lot of guys here that I've been looking at. So let's go through it. Some of you guys want me to go after Emoni Bates. I'm not even against that because Emoni Bates is a bucket. I think that this is one of the positions that we don't necessarily need. Like, we have so many guys that can play this small forward role. I mean, between it being Lou Dort, Greg Brown, Pokusevski, Bazley, and yeah, I know Imani's better than all of those guys, and it's still a possibility. It really just depends on where we fall. We don't have a really high draft pick in this year's draft, but we can easily trade up and get one. But you know, Emoni Bates, they're saying that George Gervin Hall of Famer, at the bare minimum, he's Gallo, which is still not that bad either. He can be counted on to score points with his back to the basket. Should be an all-star someday, probably sooner rather than later. Looks pretty smooth. His agility is really solid as well. Weaknesses. He won't be somebody that you can count on defense. This is a problem because I like having a good defensive team, but it's not the biggest thing. We have a good defensive team all around, but he's a good shooter. He's a good scorer. We know all of this. Defense is mid. All around, Emoni Bates is the best prospect in this draft class. Like, it really is what it is. Everyone is saying raving things about him. Emoni Bates could be that guy if you guys want me to take him. So let me know what you guys think. This is a player I would like to actually take. And I know that it says that he's a center. This guy can play power forward. And he has a incredible handle. You guys saw the videos. You guys know how good this guy actually is. Hall of Famer, starter. He's great defensively in the low post, but he's really solid throughout in general. Really crafty around the rim. Weaknesses, none. No medical concerns either. He can shoot, he can play defense both ways, he can rebound, he's really athletic, has a good IQ. I want Victor on this team, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is the guy that I really want on this team. And I know, I said I want to bring back Drummond, but this guy right here, I don't care if Emoni and Chet have higher overalls. I think that adding Victor with Shea and Jalen Green to actually be the centerpieces of this team, I think that's the way for us to actually go. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If there's a chance for us to realistically get Victor, should I take it? Because if we get some lotto luck with some of those teams at the bottom of the lottery and possibly get lucky, throw in a few of our young players that aren't getting that much playing time, we could trade into that top 3, I think, and get Victor. Next up is Chet's Holmgren, coming out of Minnesota. Dirk, starter. This man is cold. This is another guy who is really a certified bucket. He has gobs. This man has gobs of potential. Could be a perennial all-star. Yo, look, I ain't say that. That's 2K. That's kind of sus. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. He's a good low post scorer. He knows how to distribute the ball, so he's a good passer as well. He can get to his spots okay, but he's not great at holding on to him. Really poor reflexes, poor vertical ability. And I mean, he has an A+ shooting. A+ shooting. His defense is kind of, but like overall, if we want a bucket, this might be the guy as well. Some of the other guys that I have been thinking about are just guys that are on my actual draft board, because other than them, it's projected as the 22nd player in his class, 76 overall, all-star starter, can leap out of the gym, is a pure scorer, and drains the 3-ball with ease. Deadly midi as well. Look, I'm looking at this guy. If we have a 20s pick, if he's there, we're grabbing it, because this guy can be better than Greg Brown, than anybody that we could possibly think of. He is a beast. Now, his defense ain't nothing special, but what he can bring offensively is kind of scary. Jalen Durant as well is also kind of like a backup guy. I don't really want him, because I feel like we could just sign somebody who's already better. And once again, all this stuff we don't really have time to be waiting on players to necessarily develop for us. We really have right now. Like, right now is what we really need to be worrying about. And of course, there's this guy, Adrian Griffin, as well, guys. If you guys see somebody that you guys think that we should pick up, let me know in the comment section below. But I want Victor. That's all I'm gonna say. I really want Victor, but right now, Victor in all the mock drafts, they got him going to the Pistons. If we can trade up and make that happen, I would love to, because right now we are projected to have like the 14th pick. We're also projected to have the 24th pick. We also got a bunch of draft picks and a lot of good young pieces on this team, like Deshaun Nix, trade piece. Low-key, Diallo and Theo are both trade pieces. Even though I know that some of you guys like Theo, he doesn't get that many minutes because we are so set at that guard spot. And even guys like Greg Brown could be on the block. All these guys are pieces because our main goal is to realistically win a championship. And there's just no scenario where like the Thunder keep all these draft picks and just try to develop all those young players, because eventually if all those players hit, then they have no cap room. And why draft somebody when you can just get somebody who's already at that level, especially if you get close, especially the way that this team is so close. But guys, those are some of the guys that we're looking at in the 2020 NBA draft. Now let's talk about some of the free agents, because the same thing applies. There's a lot of great free agents coming up. I mean, we're not getting Luka. We're not even gonna try to look at Luka. Luka ain't coming here. James Harden more than likely is gonna be re-signing with Houston or going somewhere else. We don't really need James Harden because he don't really fit with what we got going on. We're already really good at guard. I'm not messing that up at all, especially with us being a 6 seed that's already higher as well. That don't really make that much sense. Trae Young, we're not getting him either. And I mean, Brad Beal is also interesting, but it kind of falls in with James Harden. He don't really fit with what we need, and he's literally just another guard who just takes away minutes from, you know, some of those young guys and takes away shots as well. So I don't really like the idea of us getting that. And this is my list. I want to get back Andre Drummond, and I made that clear. I think Drummond coming back here, he was really good here, so maybe we get to sign him to like a 2 or 3 year deal, because at this point, getting some of those other guys, I don't think that they necessarily just run over here, especially if like they have a good thing. Like guys like Rudy Gobert, he is killing it in Memphis because he signed there last season. Those guys are more than likely gonna stay put. Mitchell Robinson is also somebody that like we could possibly go after, because the way that they're treating him in New York, they treated my boy crazy, bruh. They signed Hassan Whiteside, and the funny part about this is that Mitchell Robinson is not even starting over there. They're starting Hassan Whiteside, and Mitchell is coming off of the bench. So I'm sure there is a scenario for us to get him. And of course, Jonathan Issac, the #1 candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. He's in the lead right now. You guys peep that. He's on the trading block. They are trying to trade this man out of town. So he's somebody that I really would like to get. And even if we play him at small forward, if we get Victor and we play him at small forward, he's definitely one of those guys who does not show up on the stat sheet. That's perfect for us because we already have a bunch of guys who can get a bucket whenever they feel like it. Having somebody who they are dedicated to only taking the other team's best defender, whether it's a point guard, it's a power forward, it's whatever, we can stick Jonathan Issac on them. Having somebody like this is something that you really cannot pass up. So I think Jonathan Issac, for me personally, he's at the top of my trade list. So guys, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Those are some of the guys that I'm looking at going after, because I really think that they can help out this team in a variety of ways. I mean, obviously, Drummond, would love to have him back. I love Jonathan Issac, adding him here as well. And even somebody like Victor, getting Emoni, getting one of these guys can also help us out as well. And then even looking at the rest of this stuff, I mean, there's still a lot of other guys out there. We look at like that point guard position, like getting some veterans, because I do want to be able to like get some older players and some veteran players. One of these older guys who is not retiring. I mean, obviously we're not getting Russell Westbrook here because he's gonna want a bag, but we can monitor this whole Chris Paul thing, see what type of time he's on, see if he's going back to Phoenix, which he probably will be. And I mean, some other guys that we can look at is guys like Patrick Beverly, Thad Young. I do want to add veterans to this team. I feel like every good NBA team, they always surround their young players with a lot of veteran talent. Even if those veterans aren't getting any type of minutes, that's what they always do. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this video. This was a quick little video where literally all we did was scout. We scouted. I talked about some of my plans as far as like this coming off season. The next episode is going to be us possibly in the playoffs. I mean, we are right there. We are right there. Anything can happen, and as long as we stay healthy, which I pray that we stay healthy, we could be back in the NBA playoffs, and we only really tanked for one season. To me, I think that that's probably what the Thunder are going to be doing, or at least trying to actually do. But guys, regardless, let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what decisions, because remember, this is our series. It's not just my series. We do this series together. Let me know which direction you guys want me to go in for all of these things, because if you guys don't want me to like get a certain player, I won't do it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see y'all boys in episode number 9, where we get into the playoffs, and you know, hopefully we make it pretty far. The goal is never to lose. Like, if we go really far, I'm gonna be mad happy. But looking at some of this comp, we got Memphis. San Antonio added the cheat code Giannis. You guys already know Dallas. The Pelicans. Klay Thompson, even though Klay Thompson, I heard he on the block as well. Yeah, he on the block as well, even though they just traded for him. All these teams are kind of threats. And Phoenix, they lost Jalen Smith, and that's why they fallen off. But all these teams are legitimately a threat. So we just got to sit back. We got to see what's going to happen. And I cannot wait, man. The next episode is going to be fire. But other than that, guys, if you guys missed any of the previous videos in this series, a playlist will pop up on the screen right now. Check it out, binge the entire thing, and let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and predict how far are we going in this year's playoffs. Let me know. And other than that, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. I am out, guys. Peace.